The C70 is a special camera. I've been shooting on the Canon C70 now for a few weeks on paid commercial projects, not paid commercial projects, and running around doing a whole bunch of testing as I get comfortable getting to know the Canon C70. So check this out. That clip was shot at 120 frames per second internally into the camera in 4K DCI. As we've heard so much by now, one of the things that makes the Canon C70 so special is that DGO sensor, dual gain output sensor. That is the same sensor that's found in the Canon C300 Mark III. This DGO sensor is supposed to give us the ability to capture 16 plus stops of total dynamic range. And of course, that is what Canon tells us. How would the Canon C70 perform in the real world? Check out this clip and judge for yourself. Admittedly, that shot is difficult for every single camera on the market today, even if you're shooting in RAW. Is it perfect? No, of course it's not. But did you see how much is actually going on in that shot? That scene has more than 13 stops of dynamic range. I had to use 6 stops of ND just to hold the highlights in the sky. And as I mentioned, I'm recording at 120 frames per second in DCI internally to the camera. And while I'm capturing at high frame rates, I have the ability to use Canon's dual pixel autofocus with face tracking. That's kind of cool. But what makes it even more important or more relevant to this shot is that her face is underexposed by 2.5 to 3 stops, and the autofocus still found her face and was still able to track her. The compact nature and size of the Canon C70 make it easy for me to use as a solo operator. And what about that DGO sensor? Well, in this shot, the DGO sensor wasn't even active because DGO sensor only works at up to 60 frames per second. And having the ability to capture high frame rates in camera onto relatively inexpensive media, well, I'm not going to complain. And guess what? There's one more thing. I captured using the long-op codec. My primary and secondary corrections absolutely stress that codec. Editing the Canon C70 footage is a breeze. And what the Canon C70 is able to pack into such a tiny body is what makes that camera very, very special to me for my style of shooting and what I need to shoot today and into 2021. So needless to say, yes, I was impressed when I saw what I could get out of that clip. Now just wait till you see this next clip. Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for checking out the channel. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. What we're doing here is building a community of filmmakers, content creators, and photographers at different skill levels with different areas of expertise where we can all share content, knowledge, and information so that we can all level up together. If you're into that type of thing, consider subscribing. We're going to be covering a lot more things having to do with the Canon C70. So if you want to be notified, make sure you ring that bell. Until next time, I'm Carlos, and I will catch you guys later. Take care.